Welcome everyone to this pick a card reading. How to know what your person is thinking and feeling. Please choose from one of the decks. We have the first deck, deck number 1, with the brown crystal. We have the second deck, deck number 2, with the blue crystal. And we have deck number 3, with the green crystal. Please take some time to meditate and choose your deck. This reading is for anyone who has maybe an estranged relationship with either a loved one, family member, friend. It can also be just to find out what your person is really thinking or feeling if you think that they're keeping something from you. So it's quite a broad spectrum for this reading. It will dive deeper into letting you know more about someone that you're close to or how to get close to someone. So I'm going to give you some time now just to pick your deck. Pause the video if necessary, and then we'll get started. I have also picked on top of each deck some oracle cards. So each deck will have an oracle reading just before I get into the tarot. Okay, so I'm going to start with deck number 1. So first of all, let's have a look at your oracle cards. These have been pre-shuffled. So for deck number 1, we have finding out the truth crushed me. You don't know how hard it was to let you go. Please excuse my nails, I need to get them done. And I know I was a distraction from your pain. Okay, so deck number 1. I feel that you are estranged from this person. They may have walked away from you because they believed that if by staying with you they would have hurt you. And you feel like you've been cheated out of this relationship. I also feel that this person was keeping things from you, and what they feel is not necessarily the truth. So there is definitely a feeling here that you need to find out, and you need answers as to why this person's walked away from you, because you don't feel that they've told you the real reasons. So I'm going to move these cards just over to the side. So we give ourselves room for the reading. Okay, let's put these here. Now let's have a look at your reading. So the first card out is the Ten of Pentacles. This is showing me that you have had happy times with this person. I feel that you have spent time with not only them but with their family. You've probably created quite a bond with them. You've become part of their family. Very much you were welcomed into their home, into their lives. We've got the Devil. So this is showing me that there may have been unhealthy attachments in this relationship. There may have been things revealed that you didn't know about this person, whether they were potentially addicted to something, whether it was substances or some sort of activity such as gaming, gambling, that kind of thing. But there's more to this person than you realise or you realised. They may have had unhealthy attachments to you. They may have been possessive. They may have been controlling. Or they may still be controlling and possessive. We've got the Knight of Swords. So this person is still really very much thinking about you. They're trying to take action on how to get you back, but they're not prepared to actually speak their truth at this moment in time. I feel that they're still trying to find ways of convincing you by not telling you the truth. They're still hiding things from you. We've got the Four of Swords. You are retreating from this person. You're trying to not let this person cloud your thoughts, cloud your mind, but you're finding it very difficult. There was a period of recovery here from breaking up with this person. If this isn't a loved one and this is a family member, it may be that they're not seeing you in the right light. They may be seeing you as someone who is not being honest with them. And because these two cards have come out on top of each other, the Four of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, for some of you this could mean that you've been estranged from your family. Let's have a look and see what else this is saying. We've got the Three of Pentacles. So at one time there was a lot of teamwork in your family. When you needed help, they were there. They very much helped you along the way. And if this is a relationship, I feel that at the beginning of this relationship, you really did feel that you could work with this person. And there's a sense of having a lot in common, feeling that you could do anything and everything with this person. They helped you, you helped them. And it became very much almost a kindred spirit kind of energy. You did everything together. That's the feeling I'm getting, until you found out more. And then things changed. Five of Swords. So things were revealed, maybe not intentionally, but I feel that maybe you have caught someone doing something that has revealed more to you than you bargained for. There is some negative energy in this reading. I feel that with the Oracle cards, you don't know how hard it was to let you go. Could be coming from you, the person that's having this reading. And so is this. Finding out the truth crushed me. This is coming in about the devil. And then I know I was a distraction from your pain. So it may be, like I said, that this was an unhealthy attachment for both of you. You may even have been dragged into something, or may have shared his addictions or her addictions. I feel that you miss the good times. And even though you really crave this person back in your life, you know that they're not good for you. The Five of Swords shows that there is still deception here. There is still a sense that this person can take parts of you away. I feel they already have done that. They may have destroyed something in you that you may not get back. It may be your sense of trust. It may be that they are still in your head and you're finding it very difficult to get them out. It's also blocked energy for you for someone new coming into your life. I'm going to pull some more cards. I'll leave the oracle cards there. Three of Wands. Death card. And the Tower. This person has stopped you from moving forward. You're looking to the future here, or you're trying to, but you can't seem to see a way forward. Death is showing that there is change coming. This needs to end. This relationship is not healthy, and this is something you shouldn't be going back to. And the Tower is showing you unexpected change, unexpected upheaval, again with the Death card. This signifies that this may be difficult, but it is something that you need to go through, and you will go through. Strength. You will find your inner strength. You have power within you to walk away from this. This person is going to try and do everything they can to keep you, not even keep you, but try and get you back. King of Pentacles. There's someone in your life who is trying to give you advice. He could be an older male energy. Someone who has very good business sense. Someone who's very logical. Someone who's very good listener. This could be, as I said, someone in your life, someone in your family, usually an older energy. They're going to help you find your strength. They're going to give you good advice. Someone that you can turn to. High Priestess. You really need to find your inner strength in your intuition, in your gut instinct. What you think is happening or what you think this person is about is the truth. If you think they're toxic, they're toxic. You need to ask yourself if they make you happy. In the beginning they may have done, but you need to ask yourself, once you found out who this person really was, how many days were you happy after that? And if the question is very few or even none, then you know you have to walk away from this. Let's find out what your person's actually thinking and feeling. Queen of Wands. So they do see you as a very bright spirit. Someone who is in control of their life. Someone who's very motivated. Someone they're very drawn to, because you're usually a very positive spirit, and they draw off that and they feed off that. Page of Swords. They want to be able to make you listen. They want to bring you news that's going to make you sit up and reconsider. But this news isn't going to be the truth. They're going to try and tell you what you want to hear. Three of Swords. I'm going to move these out the way. Just bring these in. Just move these down. So we've got the Three of Swords, which indicates that heartbreak. This person was very traumatized by your breakup, but I feel they were more traumatized about the fact that they've been caught out, about whatever it was they've been hiding, and they're still protesting their innocence. They're still very much wrapped up in themselves. They're feeling sorry for themselves. Four of Cups. There's boredom, there's apathy here. There's negativity about the fact that they're not getting through to you. They're not going to give up though. They're going to keep trying. They're very controlling. And even though they're being told by outside parties to give up on this, they're not listening. They're blocking out any other's advice. So if you need to, take a picture of these cards because I need to remove them. Sorry, I'll just give you some more time. Okay. You can always rewind the video. More about what they're thinking and feeling. Judgment. So again, they're feeling sorry for themselves. They feel that the way they're being perceived is unfair because they're not being, their story is not being believed, and that they find that frustrating. The Emperor. This is showing that their need to be in control. They need to be seen as a person of respect and someone to be looked up to, someone to be believed, someone to be heard. This is not the person they are though. Seven of Pentacles. They believe that they've grown this relationship and they've made you the person you are today. This is, however, not the truth. The person you are today is something they've taken away from you. The person you were is what they've taken away from you. The Moon. Again, he's masquerading as someone else. It's an illusion. It's a lie. And you're being led down the wrong path with this person. You feel still very drawn to them. There's some sort of magnetism here that you can't seem to walk away from. You can't seem to ignore. Nine of Swords. There's so much distress here. There's so much hurt, there's so much heartache, there's so much pain. Your pain is about the fact that what they've done to you, but you're confusing this with what you've let go. You need to really, really concentrate. And as I said, dig into your intuition, dig into your gut instinct, and remember how you used to feel before all of this happened. Remember the person you used to be. This is so important for you to regain your happiness, to regain your strength. Seven of Wands. You're in control of your own destiny. You can make things better, but it has to come from you. You have to be open to new energy, and you have to block bad energy. Ace of Swords. Your destiny is controlled by how you behave, how you bring in new ideas, how you show your actions, how you show yourself. If you have to continue communicating with this person, then you need to show them a different side of yourself. You need to show them the stronger side, the more assertive side. And you need to show them that there's no way forward with them. You're no longer happy. and you're much stronger, and you will no longer put up with their controlling, gaslighting behaviour. The Hermit. You need time alone. You need time to really think about this, really connect with yourself again. I feel that you've lost who you are, and you need to find out who you are again. Take time in solitude, take time to meditate, take time to reconnect with your inner soul. This is so important, and you deserve it. I'm going to pull the last few cards now. See if we can just make some room. The Hierophant. So again, this is showing you to take time to either seek solace in religion, find someone who can give you spiritual advice, someone who can give you advice on how to connect deeply with yourself and how to block out these negative energies. This could even be a counsellor. It could be, as I said, a religious figure. But there's someone here that needs to be found, and you need to connect with them in order to move on from this. The King of Swords. I feel this is again an energy coming from your person. Again, he wants to be seen a little bit like the Emperor. He wants to be seen as someone who's in control. But he is in fact someone who's very domineering. And he doesn't often listen to someone else's side. He'll block out your energy, he'll block out what he doesn't want to hear. And he honestly expects and believes that if he continues, you will believe him and you will go back to him. Ace of Wands. There are new beginnings here for you. We've got the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands. I feel that you have new ideas and you have aspirations that you're not able to move forward with because of all the negative energy blocking you. You're afraid to move forward without this person as you feel like that you're missing out. And he's taken away your sense of independence. Or she has taken away your sense of independence. Just move that in a little bit. So we pull one more last card here, and it's the Magician. So this is showing me that you do have the power to get out of this. You have so much more power than you realise. You can manifest anything. You can get yourself back. You can move forward. And you have the control over what happens here. It's not actually in the hands of your person. I'm going to pull some final oracle cards just to see how this message is wrapping up. Again, this is coming from him. I want you. I can't stop thinking about you. This could be coming from both of you. And then finally, I wish I had treated you better. He probably does wish that, because then he would have been able to control the situation better. but that's not who he is genuinely. So overall, this reading is really showing me that you need to move on from this. This is toxic. This isn't going to do you any good. This person isn't going to change. They are who they are. We had the Devil, we had the Emperor, we've had the King of Swords. These are all cards showing me that this person has quite negative energy. And again, I keep saying it, they're controlling and they're toxic. So I hope you found that reading for group number 1 gave you some clarity and guidance. And thank you for joining me. Thank you for subscribing if any of you have, and please subscribe if you enjoyed this reading, and also if you hit the notification bell you will get notified of more readings like this, and also for my live tarot readings which I'm doing on a regular basis, so you can have a live free reading. Okay, thank you very much. Take care everyone, much love to you. So now we're going to move on to deck number 2. Okay, deck number 2. What are your person's thoughts and feelings? So we start with the oracle cards. I know I messed up everything. I left when I saw you with someone. I am afraid to contact you. So the feeling I'm getting here is that for some of you, the person you were romantically involved with has probably got the wrong end of the stick about something. He may have been jealous or possessive, or had, a certain amount of doubt about how faithful you were in the relationship. But I do feel like he's definitely got the wrong end of the stick here, and probably walked away from this believing that you were being unfaithful. But I do honestly believe that wasn't the case. Okay, so let's see what the cards are saying. First card, Knight of Wands. So I do believe this person, when they came into your life, it was quite a whirlwind. It was one of those situations where you felt it was sort of not love at first sight, but there was an instant connection here for both of you. It was a very strong connection. And it could well have been that this was someone you knew that you were hoping to connect with, and it actually happened. So there's a sense of admiration here. Maybe he or she was your crush for a while. Ten of Pentacles. This person is probably in a very good place in life. They've achieved everything they've wanted in life. They may be, I'm getting the sense that they may be, older than you, and they've reached a point in their career where they have maybe potentially even been able to retire, or they own a business and they've been able to hand the reins over to someone else. There's a sense of being looked after here. There's a sense of being in the arms of abundance. The Chariot. They have a lot of drive. They have a lot of ambition. They're driven by success, I feel. And you really very much found that attractive. The Moon. So you may have seen this person for all that they were on the surface. However, underneath the surface, there was jealousy and potentially slight possessive qualities here. It's also a very insecure sense or energy. They may have been insecure in themselves. They may have believed that nobody really wanted them for them, that it was more about wanting them for their money, for their security. And we've got the Queen of Wands. So this is how they viewed you as a person, or how they still view you as a person. I'm getting a sense here that maybe this isn't so much that you've broken up. There may have been a period of separation, but there's a lot here that hasn't been fixed after you've got back together. The Emperor. Again, that sense of being in control. He is very much a I'm seeing this person as having been very, very successful. Someone that people look up to, someone that people have a lot of respect for. But beyond that surface layer, there's an insecure person who doesn't quite know how to show love and be loved. Four of Wands. There may have been talk here of marriage. I feel that you were planning for the future and that you believe that this person, or still believe that this person is the one for you. There's a lot of commitment here, a lot of potentially fantasizing about how you see the future. It's come up above the 10 of Pentacles, so there is potential here for you to be in a happy marriage, but there's things here that needs to be sorted out. Page of Cups. So you can renew the freshness of this relationship. There's an innocence here, and I feel the innocence is about the person that's watching this reading, that wants the answers. It can also mean that you're planning for children, but there's a feeling here that you may be easily led, and you may make mistakes that has caused trouble in the relationship. The Wheel of Fortune. So there is good luck coming here. The Wheel of Fortune signifies change, signifies the ups and downs, everything you've been through. But there's change coming here, which does signify things could be getting better. While it comes up above the Moon card, it means that illusions and lies are going to be revealed and they're going to be dealt with. So whether it's something that you've been hiding, or something that your person's been hiding, or potentially both, this is going to get sorted out. You're going to be open and honest with each other, and you're going to sort through all your issues together. Two of Swords. So you may be feeling that you're at a crossroads after finding out some things that have been revealed to you about your person. You may be feeling you're not too sure whether to stay, whether to go, how to deal with it. But with the Two of Swords, this can usually signify that you're not actually seeing the full picture. You need to make sure that you realise that yes, this person may have done things wrong, they may have revealed hidden truths to you, but so have you, and the things that you may have done or revealed are just as bad as your person's. So please keep an open mind and take this as a fresh start, a chance to start afresh. You must take your blindfold off to be able to see the truth. Okay, so I'm going to pull some more cards just to go on the edges here. Queen of Cups. So there's definitely chance for reconciliation and true love here. The Queen of Cups is a nurturing energy. There's a need here and a want for a family, I believe. We've had the Ten of Pentacles, now we've got the Queen of Cups, and we've had the Page of Cups. I feel that there's a need to start a family with this person, and it has been discussed, but all of this needs to be addressed, and I feel it will be addressed, but you're going to find that quite difficult with the Two of Swords. The King of Swords coming up there next to the Emperor, again showing me this person is very respectable, very high up in his career. He may be the owner of a business, he may be the owner of several businesses, but again, he's very insecure. And then we are just going to, let's pull one there. Sorry, the Knight of Swords. So he very much, or you see him very much as that sort of knight in shining armour, someone that came in and rescued you at a time when you were having a difficult time in your life, when you were struggling. He's come rushing in, and there's that sense of him saving you. I feel that he is in that way, you're dependent on him. And there is, when I say dependent, I feel that you there's that need for him to be your saviour. And that's a running theme throughout this relationship. And actually you need to let go of that, and you need to show him you can be independent, you can be strong, you can stand on your own 2 feet. Don't be the victim. Be an independent person. Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups is showing me that, again, there's been discussions, there's been times where you've planned for your future, you may have even already planned your wedding. There's good times ahead, but there's this sense of jealousy here in the middle of it all, that he's seen you either with someone which was completely innocent, and his insecurities have got in the way, and he's believed that you were doing something behind his back which you weren't. So all of this needs to be discussed openly. I feel that you as a person are very attractive, and you probably do attract the opposite sex, and you may be flirtatious and give off the wrong signals, so please be careful of that. So I'm just going to get rid of these cards again, pause the video and take a screenshot if needed. You can't see, which one is it? This one. Let's move these over a little bit. So that is the Queen of Cups. Go this way. And then we'll pull a few more cards. Okay. Okay. So Three of Cups. The Two of Pentacles. The Nine of Swords. The Seven of Pentacles. And the Four of Swords. Okay, so this person seems to be very busy. Your person is very involved in the running of their business, or something along the lines where they're still very involved in nurturing their business, it's something here about spending a lot of time away. There's a lot of juggling and multitasking going on here. They still found time for you. The Three of Cups is showing celebration, time spent with friends. So I feel there's a mix here that you've had time spent with him and his family and friends and your family and friends. You've bonded, you've made that, that bond with all of your outside acquaintances. But there is very much concentration here on his business, his money. He could well have been stressed over certain things in his life and his business, which isn't really related to you. He does worry about the money side of things, even though he is well off and he has an established business or there's abundance here. There's really nothing to worry about, but he's very fixed on keeping his business afloat. There is need for rest and recuperation for both of you here. There's stress inside the relationship regarding about what's happened, and there's stress inside the relationship from the inside forces that are at play regarding the business. So then we'll pull 3 more cards. We've got the 7 of Swords, the 6 of Wands, and the Page of Swords. So your person worries about losing not only you, but losing what he has. So there may even be a sense here that he's worried about when he marries you, what happens if it goes wrong, if there's a divorce, will you take, half of his business, that kind of thing. There may have been discussions here about a prenup, and it's something that you're really worried about, something you're not quite understanding. We have got the 6 of Wands, which does show that you will find a solution here. There's always an answer, and the solution is probably very obvious, and it's just waiting there for you to claim it. Because this card is a card of victory. It's a card of finding a solution. It's a card of winning a battle. And the Page of Swords is about being prepared for... It can be a card of defensiveness, but in this situation I just feel that it's you preparing for what's to come. You're standing your ground, you're fighting your own battles, and you're standing up for yourself. So even though I don't think that there's really anything much wrong with this relationship apart from the insecurity of your person and you having to convince them of your innocence, which you will do, there'll be a breakthrough. This relationship does have potential to be very long-lasting and very fulfilling. So now I will just pull the last of your oracle cards. Let's just pull these back a little. Actually, let's just pull these to the sides and pull that one there. Or maybe, yes, let's put that one there. It's like playing chess. So the oracle cards to conclude the reading. I couldn't let you get close to me. I hope that you can forgive me one day. And then last, I wonder if you're happy without me. So these cards are telling me that there's a lot of regret here, there's a lot of pain, and this could be, for some of you, if you are separated, this is how they're feeling. I think they realise their wrongdoing. I think they realise that this has come from them. I think they realise that this is their insecurity that's caused this. And there's a lot of love for you here. So just get talking. If you're separated, get talking. Try and tell your person you understand how they feel, that you are dedicated to them. There's nothing going on behind their back. And tell them about your plans. Tell them about how much you wish for this future with them. The cards are showing that this will get sorted out. So I wish you nothing but the best, and a lot of love for the future. And again, please, thank you so much for subscribing if you have already. If you haven't, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you can be notified of future readings. I'm also doing live readings on a regular basis, which means you can tune in with me and have a free live reading. So again, you will be notified when and at what times that this is happening. Thank you so much, and all my love to you. Okay, and then finally we're doing deck 3. Starting with your oracle cards. I'm starting to understand our connection. We need to let go. We need to let each other go. So many things remind me of you. Okay, so there's a lot of confusion here. I'm feeling that this is... There's some energy, confusing energy here. And I don't know what the blockage is, so let's have a look by drawing the cards. First card, Two of Pentacles, or Two of Coins as it's called in this. So there's a sense of juggling, multitasking. This could be even about your ideas. It doesn't necessarily have to be about actions. The Emperor, again, this card's coming out a lot in these readings. Let's see more as we pull the cards. Page of Coins. Ten of Swords. King of Swords. And the Knight of Swords. We've got a lot of Swords energy here. So I'm feeling that this may be that you may not actually be in a relationship with this person yet. So for some of you, you may have craved or had a, when I say, I don't like the word crush because it sounds really immature, but you may have felt you had a connection with this person and you really struggled to get closer to them. This card about letting go, where is it? I'm starting to understand our connection, is this one. We need to let each other go. You're coming up against barriers and blockages with this person. They're feeling that they're not willing to connect deeper with you for some reason. There's a lot of blockage here. The Ten of Swords is showing pain, anxiety, This person may be going through something that's not connected to you. So I feel there's a lot of male energy around them. They may have brothers, they may be close to their father, but whatever they're going through here is blocking the energy of being able to get closer to you at the current time. I feel that they have their father with them, their brother, could be other male members of the family, it could be male friends, but there's a lot of support around them here. Let me see what else is happening. It's got the moon again. This moon card is coming out. It's come out on every single reading. So they're not showing you their true self. They have barriers up. They're blocking their own feelings as well for you, because they're not in the right space. They're not in the right headspace to be able to accept any kind of relationship at this current time. Two of Wands. So it's not that they're not thinking about it. They are thinking about it, but it's just not the right time for them. King of Wands. Please excuse the break in the video. My cam stopped recording and I had to start again, so please excuse me if there is strange continuation. So as I was saying about the King of Wands, this is showing me that there is, again, male energy in this person's life. This could also represent a male energy in your life. It can represent them as a person. They're very much a charismatic person. This is why you're drawn to them. They're very well liked. They seem to have a wide circle of friends. They're very popular. But, as I said, this isn't the right time for them. The Devil. So this is showing me that they're really struggling with whatever's going on here in their life. They may be turning to alcohol to cope, but they may be turning to other things that's causing unhealthy attachments while they cope with whatever this Ten of Swords card is bringing into their life. I don't know if they're suffering from some kind of loss, whether it's a loss of a person, whether they've lost their job. There's something happening here that they're really finding hard to cope with. And again, as I said, they could be leaning on some kind of attachment in order to cope with it. The male energy in this reading is also showing me that they may be spending time with a lot of male energy, socializing, trying to forget, going out, drinking, anything to block out whatever it is that's going on in their life right now. Temperance. Give this time. This will come around. He will eventually recover from this and start again. He'll realise that there's a need for balance, there's a need for fairness, there's a need for seeing things from both sides. And for you, it just means having to be a little bit patient. Also letting him know that you're there for him and that you're not walking away. The Sun, happiness and success. So this shows me that everything will resolve itself, but it just requires waiting. There is happiness at the end of this. So let's just remove these cards again. I'll give you time to take a screenshot. Nine of Wands. So again, showing him to be very guarded. He's really got his barriers up. He's not ready for anything at the moment, and he's blocking out any outside energies apart from what's going on around him, in his immediate circle. We've got the Eight of Wands. Things are happening very quickly for him. There's a sense of rushing into things as well, not thinking about things before he takes action, but just impulsively doing things. Six of Coins. There are people around him helping or offering help that he may be blocking. People understand and see how much he's struggling. I keep saying he, so please keep in mind I could be talking about she as well. Eight of Cups. So he really wants to walk away from something, and I feel like he's walking away from responsibility for himself. He doesn't want to know. At the moment he's just blocking out anything around him, and he's really on this path of self-destruction. Eight of Swords. So he's restricting himself. He's blind to anyone else's help or advice. He's not willing to contemplate or even think about what's actually going on. He's not ready to deal with it at the moment. Page of Swords. Again, he's guarded. He's very guarded against anything, any information coming into him. I really don't know what this is about, but he's completely blocked. Six of Swords. He may well come to a point where he has to get away, where he may be offered some kind of travel opportunity, whether it's a holiday or just escaping from his environment. So you may find that he does move away for a short period of time, but this is the time that he's going to start realizing and start opening up to dealing with what's happening. Knight of Cups. So at some point when he comes back, he will be open again to communication. That communication will become very supportive, very loving, and I think there'll be a sense of him realizing how much you've been there for him, and a sense of appreciation and gratitude. Ten of Wands. So he's going to have a lot of work to do here to make up for the time he spent blocking everything out and potentially hurting a few people along the way, because he has pushed people away. He's rejected their offers of help, and he's really got some making up to do. So this is the Chariot showing him finally moving forward, finally getting himself sorted out, finally getting his energy back, finally getting his drive back. Ace of Swords. Yep, he's getting his motivation back. There's going to be opportunities coming into him, and he's going to accept them. So whether this is in, his work life, or this is him accepting the opportunity of getting to know you better, which is more of the sense I'm getting. As I said, it's come above the Eight of Swords, where he's blocked and he's resilient to any energy coming into him. He's restricting himself. Ace of Swords is showing him being freed of that energy, letting go of his binds, taking his blindfold off, and opening himself up to this new opportunity. Judgment. So there will be judgment here. There will be self-judgment potentially, but there's an awakening for him. There's a realization of what's actually happened. There's an acceptance of what's happened, and there's also an acceptance of opening himself up to your energy as well. Okay, so let's just put some on either side of this. We'll move them out of the way in a moment. Page of Wands, new ideas and creativity. So you may well start spending time with him or her. You may start collaborating together about new ideas, about being creative together, whatever that may be. This person could be creative in the sense that they're, into arts, music, that kind of thing. And you may have a lot in common, and you may be spending time sharing your common goals and your common interests. Knight of Wands, there's adventure here. There's things are moving forward. There's passion. I do feel this connection is going to grow, but it's going to come from a lot of hard work. But the foundation of this relationship is really strong because of what you've gone through before you even made a connection. The Hierophant. So the Hierophant is showing me that this person may have taken time to seek advice, external advice, potentially some counselling, some guidance to help them get through whatever it is, this trauma that they've gone through. So this is all very positive. And I will continue now just to get a general sense of the whole reading, and then I'll move on to the last oracle cards. So don't be put off by their negativity, by their absolute refusal to hear you out, to get to know you. There may even be just a complete blockage of communication here. The Eight of Swords is probably showing that they're not even, communicating with you. But I feel that you shouldn't give up. I wouldn't overdo it. I wouldn't be sending them messages every day, but just every now and again let them know that you're thinking of them, that you understand that they're going through a difficult time, but you're there for them whenever they're ready. You're there for them. I feel like there's a friendship here. There's a quite a strong friendship that could develop into something much stronger. But this is their battle. This is their, this is what they have to go through, and only they can get through it by themselves. And obviously with the help of other people, if they allow them in. So it's just a case of being patient and wait, because this will all come to a positive conclusion. And as I said, there's a sense here of it building a strong foundation for you with this person. So now I'm going to move these cards away. Again, take a screenshot if you need to. If you need to go back and meditate on these cards afterwards. And then we'll pull the final oracle cards for you. Okay, let's see what the oracle cards have to say now that we've done the reading. I know that I crossed the line with you. You and I were too young. And my life is not as together as it seems. So again, we're getting this sense of him maybe rejecting you at the moment because he doesn't want you to be involved in his breakdown or whatever it is he's going through at the moment. You may have known this person for a long time. You may have had a very long friendship with them. You may have grown up with them as friends together. And that's why the foundation of this could be so strong and so long lasting. I know that I crossed the line with you, so they may well have said things to you, or they may say things to you that are hurtful to try and put you off, to try and push you away. As I said, they're going through something at the moment, and they really don't want you involved with it because they feel that they're going to hurt you. They don't want you involved in their recovery at the moment. They are the way they're dealing with it at this moment is just by blocking it out, and as I said, maybe being drawn into toxic activities, drinking too much, maybe even taking drugs, that kind of thing, but just dealing with it in the wrong way. But this will all come to a head. This will all reach a peak for them when maybe they'll hit rock bottom, but at that point then they'll have to open up to friends, family and yourself, realize what they could have lost. I did see that period of them moving away temporarily, maybe on holiday, but it will be a holiday of peace and calm and reflection. So it's not going to be a lad's holiday that's filled with alcohol and sex. So there's just this sense of a beautiful friendship that has been built up from a long time ago, from when you were younger, and you've just built this absolutely beautiful love and respect for each other. But unfortunately, whatever they're going through at the moment has sort of blown this out of the water temporarily. So please try and take everything they say with a pinch of salt. If they say anything hurtful to you, it's not them that's talking to you. So keep an open mind. And as I said, just keep letting them know that you're there for them. And they will come round and they will come back to you, and everything will work out. Whether it's for some of you just that you get your friendship back that you were afraid of losing, and for some of you it will develop into something more. So either way, again, positive reading. Again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to all of you who have subscribed. I appreciate it. And please, if you haven't already, subscribe so that you do get future updates of more readings like this, more zodiac readings, and also live readings where you can actually tune in and get a live tarot reading, any question, with me. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Enjoy the journey.